Have you found yourself reaching for the leash, only to remember they're not there anymore? Or maybe it hits you in the quiet moments, when there's no tail thumping on the floor, no bark at the door, no warm weight curled up beside you. Grief has a way of showing up in the tiniest absences. If you've lost your dog recently, or even years ago, and you still ache inside, this is for you. Because yes, it hurts this much for a reason. And no, you're not crazy for feeling it so deeply. Let's talk about why it hurts, why that grief lingers, and how you can begin to heal. They weren't just a dog. Let's start with the thing people don't always understand. They weren't just a dog. They were your shadow, your comfort, your comic relief, the one being who loved you without conditions or explanations. So when someone says, it was just a pet, it stings, because it's not just about the loss of a dog, it's the loss of a relationship, a rhythm, a language without words. Psychologist Dr. Julie Axelrod explains that losing a dog often means losing a companion, a part of your identity, and even a piece of your daily routine. That's a multi-layered loss, and your brain and heart feel every part of it. So, your grief is valid. It's not too much. It's love, trying to find somewhere to go. Why can't I move on? Maybe you're wondering why you're still crying weeks, or even months, later. You might feel stuck. But here's the truth. Grief isn't linear. It doesn't move in neat stages. It spirals, circles back, and sometimes flares up out of nowhere. That moment you see an old photo, that empty bed in the corner, that familiar jingle you think you hear, then remember, these aren't setbacks. They're echoes. Your grief doesn't mean you're broken. It means your love was real. But I had to let them go. Let's talk about the hardest part. If you had to make the choice to let them go, maybe it was euthanasia. Maybe they were suffering. And now you're left with something deeper than sadness, guilt. You wonder, was it the right time? Did they know I loved them? Did I wait too long or not long enough? This weight has a name. Veterinary social workers call it moral stress, the pain of choosing mercy while carrying the fear that you failed them. But let me say this clearly. You didn't fail them. You showed up in their final moments. You stayed. You comforted them. You gave them peace instead of pain. And they didn't focus on the fear. They felt your love. If you're haunted by how they left, take heart. They left this world knowing they were yours. That's the only truth that matters. How do I survive this? So how do you survive a loss this big? Start by allowing the grief to move through you, not around you. Try to keep something of theirs close. A collar, a photo, their tag. Say their name. Speak of them often. Laugh at their old habits. Cry over the quiet. Write them a letter. Say what you didn't get to say. And when you're ready, share your story. Grief shared is grief softened. You're not alone. There are entire communities, pet loss support groups, therapists, and friends who've walked this path too. Reach for them, because healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering without breaking. Will it ever stop hurting? Here's the hardest truth. The pain may never fully vanish, but it does change. It becomes something quieter, something softer, a warm ache instead of a sharp one, a tear that falls beside a smile. And one day you might stop and think, they would have loved this, and you'll feel their presence, not as an absence, but as part of you. Because dogs don't live as long as we do, but they teach us more about love, loyalty, and presence than most humans ever will. This is how you know they were family. If you're still watching, maybe this is what you needed to hear. You are not alone in this. What you're feeling isn't weakness. It's proof of a bond that was deep, loyal, and profoundly real. Well, some people get another dog. Some never do. Some volunteer, donate, or honor their dog's legacy in quiet, powerful ways. There's no right timeline. Only your heart knows when it's ready. And when that time comes, whether it's weeks or years from now, you'll know. You're not replacing them. You're making room for more love. Because love doesn't run out. It expands. And so does healing. So if your dog is gone, but your heart is still full of memories, that's okay. That's beautiful. Because in the end, they weren't just a chapter in your life. They were the part that made the whole story better. And when you're ready, let healing walk beside you.